Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you all? All good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, how is the preparation going on for the quiz? Not going well?
Decent,
Decent.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, today we have week 3 and 4 revision session. Okay. So, we will just go with the summary of week 3 and week 4, and then we will do 4 or 5 questions. Okay. That's it. Will that is that fine?
Yes,
Will
ma'am.
that yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So we will start week wise. So first we will go with the week 3. Okay. We will just go through the whole concept of week 3. Okay. So in week 3, what we learned about?
Can I ask a question before we get started?
Okay.
Is there going to be a specific session, or if I've missed already, about
Hmm.
important concepts for the quiz exam?
Important concept for quiz. That
Like
is what we have. Hmm.
if there are any higher weightage to any concepts, for example, anything like that.
No, no, no. Anything not in no, like see the revision session are for that only. So if there is something that is very important or something, it will be done in the revision session only. Like we will be telling you what type of questions, or you can say like which is important or not. So in that revision session only, you will get some of the points. That's
If
it.
the
There is no
recordings,
specific hmm,
the recordings will be available, right, for these? Because
for this revision session, like for today.
yeah, today and
Yeah,
the previous sessions also.
yeah, it's already there, right? You have the YouTube session, right?
Just, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So in that, you can just check it. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now in week 3, what we are learning about? Where actually see in week 2 we learned about all of the things about the categorical variable, right? So we are going to learn all everything about the numerical variable. So it's all about the numerical variable. Like in discrete, sorry, categorical variable, the first thing what we learned is the contingency table, right? How to make that contingency table. Similarly, in the numerical variable, we will also make the same frequency table. Okay, what is frequency table? That like how we used to do in the categorical variable, right? So the same thing. So we are talking about the numerical, right? So if we are talking about the numerical, I can have two types of data. Okay, so the first thing that I can have is discrete, and the second I can have is a continuous. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. So what do you mean by discrete data and a continuous data?
Ma'am, discrete is like
Discrete means integer values. Continuous means it includes a point also.
No, that is
countable
not a
numbers, like whole numbers.
Hmm. It is not necessary that your discrete random variable will always consider whole numbers. It can also consider decimal.
Ma'am, discrete means it's a count of something, and continuous
Hmm.
means measure of something,
Yeah, correct.
some
So
number.
basically, correct. So my discrete is basically that type of number I can just represent on the number line discretely. Okay. And continuous is I cannot represent them on a number line discretely. I have to like continuous in the sense in that interval it will be included a point decimal values will also be decimal in the sense like from 60 to 65 it will be 60.01, 60.1, 60.09. So everything will be considered in that. Okay, but discrete is what? Like I will be considering only some discrete value which I can count. That is what the difference is between the discrete and the continuous. Is that clear?
Ma'am, so continuous has a range. Continuous data has a
Ha.
range.
Correct. Okay, so now if we are talking about discrete, so we are talking about the numerical, right? So if I have to form or to make a frequency table, so there will be conditions. Like the first condition is if I have a discrete data. Okay, if I have a discrete data in the sense like 1 comma 1 comma 2, so it will be kind of like let's suppose there are 10 datas. Okay, there are 10 datas or 20 datas. So in that I can just make it, right? So it will be a less value, and it is will be easy for me to make the table. Okay, so this is my frequency table, right? The same as we done in the categorical type. So value the distinct values will be like 1, 2, and 3. The tally marks like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, right? So this will be 3, 5, 3. So this is how we make the frequency table for the discrete data. Now the second thing is if I have a continuous data. Okay, what do you mean by continuous data? Continuous data in the sense like my data is starting from 20 or something, and it is like going on till 100. Okay, I have so many datas. So in that, what we do is my value will be in intervals. In the sense, I'm just considering as 20 to 25. Okay, or you can just say that 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and so on from 9 till 90 to 100. So this is how I make. So in that case, if I have a continuous type of data, I make a class intervals. Okay, so similarly, I will be following the same thing, that is the tally mark and the frequency. Is this fine? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now, third
Ma'am,
point
good
is,
evening.
yes,
Ma'am, I have joined yet, so what is going on?
what's going on? The
Hmm.
revision session is going on. So we have started with the week 3 session. Okay, so I just talked about the frequency table, how to represent my data in a frequency table manner. Okay, it's about the discrete and a continuous. Now, the third point that I am talking about is stem and leaf diagram. Okay, this is the important diagram. Like the question will be coming from here. Okay, the stem and leaf. So what is stem and leaf diagram? Stem and leaf diagram is if I have a data set, so let's suppose I have data sets like 75, 80, 85, 88, then you can say 90, 96, kind of like this. Okay, so now what is a stem data? So we have one column as a stem and we have one column as a leaf. Okay, so now in stem, what are the values that will be considered? Stem will be considering only the left hand side part. Okay, that is the first number. So that will be like we have 7, we have 8, and we have 9. Okay, now leaf part will be the remaining part that we have on the right hand side. Okay, so this will be like 5, 5, 8, 5, 0, and 6. Okay, so this is what my stem and leaf diagram is. And the main important thing is this should be in some order. Okay, so this thing should be converted into 5, 5, and 8. Okay, so this is what my stem and leaf diagram is. Okay, so now if you just like notice here, all the datas will be in like in ascending order, correct? Like 75, then 85, then 85, then 88, 90, and 96. So in this case, if you have been given a stem and leaf diagram, you don't have to order it or something. Like it's already in the order. So in this you will be given a question in which you have to calculate the median, or you have to calculate the mode or something kind of like that. So this is what my data is. It's just the representation of my data into some uh you know you can say tabular manner or something. That is what my stem and leaf diagram is. Is this thing clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so yeah, so there can be a question in which you will be given a stem and leaf diagram and you have to calculate the median or the mode or something there. Okay, something kind of like that. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Now, so this was all about the representation of my data of the numerical variable, right? Now, the second thing that comes is we should have some descriptive measures, correct? Like in the categorical, we had two descriptive measures to calculate the for the categorical variable, right? What were the descriptive measures?
Mode and median.
Mod and median. So in this descriptive measures, we have in the numerical thing, we have two types of descriptive measures. So the first one is the measure of central tendency. What is the measure of central tendency?
Mode, median, and mean.
Yeah. So measure of central tendency, in the sense it is talking like it is actually talking about the central thing. Like we have a huge set of data, so we have to represent that data with some one value, right? We have to represent with that central value. So that is what you mean by the measure of central tendency. Now in this measure of central tendency, we have three things. The first thing is we have the mean. Okay, mean, like actually we know it as the average value, correct? Like how we calculate usually, right? So what is the formula of mean?
Sum of all the observation by divided by number of observation present in the data set.
Yeah, it will be like summation of xi divided by n. That is the sum of all the data values divided by the number of data values that we have. Okay. And there is one more thing. This is like if we have the data and if we have the frequencies with it, so it will be xi into fi divided by summation of fi. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Now, there are few points on the mean. Okay. So the first thing is if I add a constant. Okay. So we have some, like if I add a constant to a mean, what will happen to my new mean? It will be equal to what? My old mean, the constant that I have added. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Similarly, if I multiply a constant, what will happen with the new mean?
Old mean multiplied by same.
Same.
Old mean multiplied by the constant. Okay. So, yeah. And the next thing is it sensitive to outlier?
Very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very much.
So it is sensitive to outlier. So these are the few things that you have to remember. The mean, that is the formula. Okay. And just remember that while what happens when we add a constant and when we multiply a constant. So there can be a question in which that you have some data set and there are some changes in the data set and there will be a new data set. Now you have to calculate the mean of the new data set. What you can do? You can just calculate the mean of the previous data set and add the changes, like what changes are there, something, if the constant is being added or constant is being multiplied. Okay, so there are few ways. So there can be a question like this. Okay.
Ma'am, one question that the data set which will be given in exam, that data set value will be less. No.
It
Means,
will be less.
no.
Like maximum it will be maximum 10, not 20,
Okay.
10, not more than
Okay.
that. Yeah, because it will be difficult for you to calculate it, right? If I give you
Yeah.
20 or something.
In
Yeah.
the
So
GA, it is
maximum
very
10.
difficult.
See,
Oh.
GA and all, you are working at home, right? There you have 1 week time. So that's why we give you a lengthy of values. But in exam, you don't have that much of time. So maximum 10. Okay, like 8. I'm just telling you 10, but it can be 8. Maximum should be 8. Is 8 only, not 10 also. Okay. So no, don't worry about the
Means you are
number of
telling
data.
about the value, right? Not the
The data
observations.
points.
Okay, okay.
The data points that I'm talking about. Now, the second thing that comes is the median. So what is a median actually? Median is the middle value.
Middlemost value.
Yeah, that is the middlemost value. Okay. So now if I have to calculate the median, what is the first thing that I have, the first step that I have to do?
Check
the number of
Arrange in
observations.
increasing order.
Yeah, first we will arrange the data. Correct? This is the most important step that you have to do first whenever you are calculating the median. Okay, but if it's a stem and leaf diagram, you don't have to arrange it. Okay. Now the second thing is, if I have an odd number of data, what will be my median?
N plus 1 by 2.
N plus 1 by 2.
N plus 1 by 2. Okay. Now next, if I have an even number of data, then I'll take the average of
N by 2 and N by 2 plus
n by 2 plus 1. Okay. Now, similarly for this, if I add a constant, the same thing, the old median plus c. If I multiply a constant, it will be same, the old mean multiplied by c. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And the
Yes,
most
ma'am.
important thing, it is robust to outliers, or you can say least affected by the outliers. Fine. Mean and median is fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the third last part that comes is the mode, which is the last measure of central
Excuse
tendency.
me, ma'am.
What is mode? Yes.
Robust means
The
highly
least
sensitive.
affected. No, no, no. Highly, not highly sensitive. Least sensitive.
Okay, highly is mean, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So mode. What is mode? Mode is the highest frequency.
See.
Okay. It is the highest frequency. So in this case also, if I add a constant, it will be the old mode plus the C. And if I multiply the constant,
Old
it will
mode
be
into
old mode into C. Okay. So these were the things in measure of central tendency. Is everything clear?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the next comes is the measure of dispersion. What is measure? What do you mean by measure of dispersion? Why do we have this measure of dispersion?
Hello,
The
ma'am.
variation of the value from the actual value.
Yeah. So typically,
Hello, ma'am.
if I'm just talking about mean, median, and all, I'm just talking about the data value. But like with the mean and median and mode, I can't use like how is my data values, right? How are my data values acting? But in measure of dispersion, we are actually we are actually noticing my data. How far are my datas, right? How, like, what's the distance between my between the two datas? Like how far, if my datas are more closer, if my datas are more like they have more distance between them. Okay, so we are studying the data actually. Okay, so that is why we have this measure of dispersion. Now, in measure of dispersion, what are the things that we have to what are the measures? The first thing is
Hello,
the
ma'am. I
range.
have one question. Ma'am, measure of central tendency is that the measure of median value, na?
matlab, like if we have to denote one value which is representing the whole data, so that is what? So that is the central value.
तो मैम ये बताइए कि मैम जैसे कि मोड भी बीच की वैल्यू और मीडियन भी और मीन भी, मतलब ये जो बीच की वैल्यू बताते हैं ना?
हाँ.
ठीक है.
Okay, so what is range?
The highest value
Maximum
minus
minus
the lowest
minimum.
value.
Yeah, so you can say the highest value minus the lowest value. That is my range. Okay. Now, the second thing that comes up is my variance. What is the variance? What is the formula of variance? What is variance? Variance is actually
Summation
showing
of
what?
the squared
Summation of
the
x
squared
minus
sum of
x,
sorts.
x bar by
Summation
n,
of x, summation
whole
of x
squared
y
by
minus
n.
x bar into
Yeah.
summation
So
of x y,
basically, it is
yn
showing
minus
me the
y bar upon
distance
में
of my
root of
data
deviation.
from its mean. Correct? That is what we are actually calculating from the formula, right? That is what variance is. It is actually telling me the variability. Okay, that is
Ma'am,
what
may
my
you tell
variance
about
is.
what is dispersion? What is dispersion?
Dispersion is like how dispersed my data values are. Like if my data
It is
values are
scattered.
in the sense like 3 3, if I have one data value is 3 3 3, I have one data value is 1 5 10 20 9 75 something. So this is like dispersed value. These are like closed values. So if I have to study the nature of the data, okay, how closed or how how far are my datas, there we have this measure of dispersion. Dispersion means you can say variability, you can say dispersed, how dispersed my data is. Okay.
मैम मतलब कितना डिफरेंट है हमारे डेटा ये?
Sorry.
मतलब हमारे डेटा कितने डिफरेंट हैं
हाँ, कितना
डिस्पर्शन उसी को
डिफरेंट
कहते
है या
हैं।
फिर कितना फैला हुआ है, मतलब उस डेटा को स्टडी करने के लिए। क्योंकि अगर तुम मोड, मीडियन और ये सब निकालोगे तो हम खाली उस डेटा को एक पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू से हम डिनोट कर रहे हैं, करेक्ट। हमें उस डेटा के बारे में पता नहीं चल रहा है कि हमारा डेटा किस टाइप का डेटा है। मेजर ऑफ डिस्पर्शन से क्या पता चलता है, हमें ये पता चलता है कि हमारा कितना, अब जैसे वेरिएंस हम निकालते हैं एक डेटा का, वेरिएंस हम क्यों निकालते हैं, हमें ये पता करना होता है कि हमारा वेरिएबिलिटी कितना है डेटा में, कि मतलब हमारा जो डेटा वैल्यूज है एक मीन से कितना दूर है। तो इससे पता चलेगा हमारा कितना ज्यादा डिस्पर्स्ड, हमारी सारी कितना फैला हुआ डेटा है हमारे पास। ठीक है।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
हाँ। Okay, so variance is being represented by sigma square, and sigma square is basically summation of xi minus mu whole square divided by n. Okay, if it's a population variance, we divide it by n, or we divide it by n minus 1 if we have the sample variance. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now in here
To ask
also,
one question more, that why we subtract n minus 1 sample variance in denominator?
sorry.
मैम मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि डिनोमिनेटर में हमने n में से -1 क्यों घटाते हैं जब सैंपल वेरिएंस निकालना होता है तो।
Sample, okay, so ये तुम stats 2 में पढ़ोगे, when you have to like when you have to show the unbiasedness, okay, तब हमारा क्या बोलते हैं, ये n-1 से हम डिवाइड करते हैं ताकि हम अनबायसनेस शो कर सकें। तो दैट यू विल जस्ट लर्न इन स्टैट्स 2, you don't have to learn it right now, just remember that it should be divided by n-1, okay.
Now it is only a formula for me.
हाँ
मतलब ये हम अभी मुझे केवल
हाँ,
फॉर्मूला के तौर
फॉर्मूला,
पर याद करना है।
हाँ। Okay, so in the same case, in the variance also, if we are adding a constant, so my new variance will be equal to what?
Old
New,
variance.
same.
It will be
Old
same, that is,
variance.
it will be equal to my old variance. And if I'm multiplying a constant,
C
what will happen?
square times
C square.
old
C
variance.
square times
into
old
the
variance.
old variance. Correct. So this was all about the variance thing. Okay. Now standard deviation. What is standard deviation? Is just the square root of the variance. Okay. That means, and it is represented by sigma, which is under root of summation of xi minus xi whole square divided by same. If it is population, it will be divided by n, or if it is sample, it will be divided by n-1. Okay. Now, in this case, if I'm adding a constant,
Same.
Same.
it will be same. Okay. And if I'm multiplying,
C times
time.
old
C
standard
times
deviation.
old variance. Oh,
so that will
And
be
it-
mod of C. We will take only the positive value into the standard deviation.
Ma'am,
Okay.
is it coming C because of root over of C square?
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was all about the measure of central, the descriptive measures, right? So is descriptive measures clear? Are descriptive measures clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
No.
So,
Okay.
ma'am, one note can you make on this, that which one is more robust to outliers, and could you write it? Means for the
Most
central
robust to outliers, all the three of them are robust to outlier. See, we have the range, we have the variance, and we have
no,
the
no,
standard
for
deviation.
central tendency
Central
in
tendency.
increasing order.
So increasing order. So, okay, anyone can tell me? Can anyone tell me what is the hierarchy or the?
First is the mode.
Hmm. First is the mod. Okay.
Next is
Then
the
median.
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 And mean.
Are you sure?
Ma'am, I think median will
Yes, ma'am.
come at last.
Can
Hello.
you repeat the
Which is
question?
more robust to outliers? You first tell me.
More robust.
Median is more
Median.
robust.
Mean.
Yeah, I think the mean would be more.
I'm just asking robust to outliers, which is less sensitive to outliers.
Median.
Just remember this, robust means not highly sensitive. It means the less sensitive. Okay. Just remember this robust meaning less sensitive, not high sensitive, highly sensitive. This is less sensitive. Yeah, tell me now.
Ma'am,
Median mod mean.
Sorry?
It should be, ma'am, it
Mod.
should be mod and
Mod.
then median, then mean.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am,
median
I
mod
guess.
mean.
Median, mod,
Mean.
correct.
Mean.
This is the hierarchy.
Ma'am, how this median
My
comes
median,
before mod?
yeah, so median is more robust to outliers than the mode and then the mean. Okay, so in general, my median will be more robust to outliers than my mode.
But ma'am, mean
Yeah,
and
ma'am,
mode
but
median
how
can be
this
changed according
happens?
to data.
Like previously, I just took one, one second. If I remember, I had taken this out earlier also. See, if I have a data like this, okay, just look into this data. So I have a data 2, 3, 4, 5, and 100. Okay, so 100 is kind of like my outliers. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now if you see here, my median is what? 4. But I don't
Yes.
have a mod here. Correct?
Yes.
Similarly, if you just take this example also. In this case, my 100 is repeating 3 times. So that will be my mod. So this value is actually representing my whole data. Yes or no? But this is not correct. Yes or? Yes? So that is what. So we have to take the general case. Like we have to take a generalized thing. Okay. So that's why we have this hierarchy that the median is less effective, then the mode, then the mean. Okay.
Mm.
Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is what. Is the
So,
doubt clear?
ma'am, like
Hmm.
if you are adding some outliers, then median will get affected, right? I mean, I guess
Yeah,
that will get affected more rather than mod, isn't it?
See, what is
Here,
median? See, what is median?
Mhm.
Median is basically we are taking the average, or you can say the middle value. Like we have a huge data, but then my
Mhm.
middle value is being considered, right? So that middle value will be representing my whole data. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but if I'm talking about mod in this situation, if I see here, I have 100, like so this 100 is basically what an outlier is actually taking as an outlier, right? But my
Yes,
mod is coming out to be 100. So this
but
is not good for the data, right?
okay. But
Yeah.
how you can like get confirmed from this data only? Like here you have
There
taken.
can be many data. So I'm not saying, I'm just taking like there can be a data like this. Okay. So that is what. So in general, we just take median as less sensitive, then the mode, then the mean. Okay. Because of
Okay,
that.
ma'am.
Yeah. So the thing is, if we are considering this hierarchy, there will be some some general cases, like we are taking the general cases, or we are considering all the situations that we can have.
Okay,
You're
ma'am.
getting my point? Yeah. So in this also, I can have a situation in which 2 is getting repeated 4 times. I can have that kind of situation. Then my mod will be 2. Right? So we have to consider all, like, so in this, my outlier is getting 3 times and all, but that is not good. Correct? That is like, it is not a good data if I have outliers like this. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is what. So in magnitude, you can say like they have some like median will be less sensitive, then the mode, then the mean. Okay. Is
Okay,
that
ma'am.
clear? Yeah. Okay. Then we have the percentile. What is percentile?
Ma'am, NP percentile divides the data into like 2 parts. So suppose we are considering NP, then NP percentage of the data will be below that percentile, and the remaining would be just above that NP percentage.
Turn black.
Correct. So that is what, true. So that is, You can say we are just dividing. So if I have percentile in the sense, like if I have percentile in the sense, we are just dividing the whole thing into what? 99 parts?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are like we are just dividing the data into 99 parts. Correct? So that is what my percentile. So if I have 93 percentile, what do you mean by 93 percentile?
The person who is on 3 percentile is above 92% of the total data set, total people who are there.
Yeah. So 93 percentile in the sense like I am like 93% of the people are below me. Correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So so if you have like if you're giving some exam, JEE exam or GATE exam something, so you get the result in the like in a percentile form, correct? Like you got 93 percentile or something kind of like that. So that percentile means that that percent of the students are under you. Fine? Yeah. Okay. So now if I have to calculate the percentile, okay, what is the procedure that I have to consider?
First, you have to arrange the data in
Correct. The first step is
ascending or descending.
arranging the data. Always
And
remember that
noting
you
the
just
number of
arrange them in the descending order. Okay, just
noting the total number of data.
Then what the second step is, you will calculate the value of P. Okay, which is that the percentile that we have, that is if it's a 75 percentile or something, okay, divided by 100. That is my P. Then the third thing is you will calculate NP. What is NP? NP is basically N is the number of observation, right? Okay, so you will calculate N, you will calculate P, you will multiply it. So if my NP is an integer, if it is an integer, what I will do it, I will take the average of NP and NP plus 1. Correct? Now, if it's not an integer,
The next most value.
yeah, the
Smallest
next
integer
value you will
greater
just take. Yeah, next value or the next highest value you can take. Okay? That is how you
Ma'am,
calculate the.
ma'am, should the data be arranged in ascending order?
No, it's better you arrange them in the descending order.
Ma'am, can you give an
Sorry,
example?
ascending order. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, ascending order. Okay, now comes as the quartile. What do you mean by quartile? If I divide my data into 4 parts, right? So the first thing is the quartile 1, this is quartile 2, this is quartile 3. What is quartile 1? The 25%. What is quartile 2? The 50%. And quartile 3 is 75%. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No. So now this is quartile 1,
Excuse me,
quartile
ma'am.
2, quartile. Yes.
So the 100p percentile method is used to find quartiles only, right?
Yeah, we can find out. So this is actually my 25th percentile, 50th percentile, and 75th percentile.
As in 100p percentile method, we don't find another value of rather than quartiles or something.
No. It's the same family formula. You can, if you want to calculate the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, and 75th percentile, you can just go with this procedure. The same thing.
I mean to ask that in 100p percentile methods, there is no another value we have to find rather than quartiles, right? As there is no other thing to find in the 100p percentile method.
No other values in the sense?
No other values in the sense that as in percentile method we find quartiles, but as besides quartiles, and if we are not finding quartiles, there are no other values to find in the 100p percentile method.
You can also calculate 15th percentile also, like 1/5
Yeah, we
15th
can
percentile.
find out that also, but there is no other things than the percentiles, right? Right.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask that.
Okay.
So if we use the method of quartiles in that, if the number of is odd or even, we do the average of a second, and something
You can
formula
also
is very
do that.
different.
Yeah, see, the procedure to calculate quartile values and all, there are many procedures actually. Okay. So one of the procedure that we are following is this procedure. So go with this procedure. I'm not saying the procedure that you are
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
is that is correct. That is totally uh like many of them they do it like this only. But the thing is, with a different procedure, we get a little bit of different answers actually. Like minute
Yep.
differences will be there in the answers. Okay. So if you go with that procedure, then the answer will be different for you.
As in one
Okay.
question, it was very different value that I've got,
Huh.
as I've
Yeah. So that is
founded the
the.
quartiles by my own method that we
Hmm.
have taught in schools and
Yeah, correct.
well
That
as
in the
in.
schools that we had taught, but so that is what. So just go with one procedure that the ma'am has told. Okay. So with that, this message, if you go with this method only, then you will get the correct answer. The answers that you are getting, that is also correct, but
More
the
accurate,
method
more
is
precise things.
more precise thing according to this, because the answers that we are showing you, or the correct answer that we are thinking, is according to this procedure.
Yep.
Getting the point? Yeah, so
Yep.
that is what. So I'm not saying that your answer is wrong. That is also correct, but it depends upon the method as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Which
we are following this method only.
this method, correct? Yeah. So just go with this method only and solve the question. So then only you will get the correct, accurate answers.
So मैम अगर हम
I
मैम
have
हेलो
I have
Now?
another one doubt.
मैम if I
Yes.
am saying that 25% of the male person has got the job, means it is 25 upon में 100, that is a percentile.
हाँ.
और एनपी एक बार क्लियर कर दीजिए मैम जरा तो.
NP?
हाँ, प्रोसीजर जो आपने दूसरा लिखा है एनपी इंटीजर.
हाँ,
एनपी
NP
हम
हमारा
उसको
क्या है?
निकालते
N
हैं.
हमारा क्या है? नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन है. P हमारा क्या है? जो परसेंटाइल तुमने निकाला है, उन दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करो. तो अगर वो तुम्हारा इंटीजर आता है, व्हाट इज इंटीजर? इंटीजर का मतलब अगर तुम्हारे वैल्यूज लेके आता है 1 2 3 समथिंग ऐसा, ठीक है, तो हमारा जो तुम्हारा परसेंटाइल की वैल्यू जो होगा, वो तुम एवरेज, जैसे मान के चलो 3 है, तो तुम्हारा जो वैल्यू होगा वो 3 और फोर्थ वैल्यू का जब तुम मीडियन एवरेज निकालोगे, तो वो हमारा परसेंटाइल होगा. अगर वो इंटीजर नहीं होता है, मतलब वो डेसिमल फॉर्म में होता है, तब तुम खाली अगर जैसे 1.3 है, तो उसका सेकेंड वैल्यू जो होगा वो हमारा परसेंटाइल होगा. ठीक है.
Ma'am, can you can you give example for NP is an integer?
NP is an integer. See, in what is integer? What are integer values?
Minus
All the
integer
numbers,
as
ma'am.
I saw the
All the
today.
whole numbers, right?
All
So
the
if I
whole
have,
numbers, yes, ma'am.
yeah,
No.
so integer in the sense, if I have values like 1 2 3, right, the whole numbers, okay, 1 2 3, any of this, okay, then my percentile will be what? If I, let's suppose my value is coming out to be 4, then my value will be what? The fourth value plus the fifth value divided by 2. Okay. And if it's not an integer, okay, not an integer in the sense these are in decimal value, so let's suppose my decimal value is coming out to be 2.5, then the value will be the third value. Okay.
Ma'am, if we get a whole number, we want to take average, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I just have a doubt, like in the formula. So can I ask that?
Formula. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in the point biserial coefficient, like what?
Okay, I'll just, okay, one second. If I go with the weak 4, then you can ask that doubt. Okay. That
Okay,
particular
but
question.
ma'am, I mean, I am here to just to get clarified with that. I mean, like I have put that on discourse, but I'm not sure about the like original formula, which is not there in the lecture. I mean, like what like population or sample standard deviation you have to consider while
Just consider
finding.
the population standard deviation. When
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, so that is what. So if it is not mentioned in the question whether you have to calculate the population or the sample, just go with the
Mhm.
population one. Okay.
But ma'am, I just have, I mean, I had put that on discourse,
Hmm.
but I got the answer as we have to consider the sample standard
No,
deviation.
no. Population, not the
Then,
sample.
ma'am, like here, I came here, I asked you, then I got clarified. Then on the discourse, I got some another answer. So isn't it misleading?
No. I didn't check the Discord. So did you tag me or something?
Oh,
Whom
okay,
did
okay.
you tag?
So I have to tag, right, ma'am?
Yeah, exactly. You have to tag.
Okay, okay,
Then
okay.
only. Who
Then
who replied to your post?
I
The
guess
TAs or the
someone, no, I guess someone named
student?
Karthik, uh, student, I guess.
Student only. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
just tag the TAs and the instructors, so they will give you the correct answer, you can say. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So
okay, ma'am.
yeah, so they will also confirm it whether it's correct or not. Just tag the instructors or the
Okay,
TAs. Okay.
okay.
I
And
guess
ma'am,
when
and
the
on the numerator part, I have to take the absolute difference, right?
Correct.
Okay, okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So
I
can
have
we
a
proceed
question
now?
in
Let's
that
complete.
also only. In that
Huh?
formula, y0 minus y1, there's no mod something, right? There's no absolute thing. Like in mod, we write as 2 slash between 2 slash on right
Uh,
and left of x. There's
it is
no
slash
such
only.
thing
There
as
is a
that
mod.
only.
There is mode. Mode is there between them. Between
But
like.
as there is a bracket on the yo minus y1 divided by sx, there's a
Yeah, there
whole
is some
bracket in that.
correction. Yeah, I know that there is some correction. Just take it as a mod. Okay.
Ma'am, actually, all these things were not there in the lecture. So, the team should rectify all these things, right?
Yeah, we know that. We have to check with the correction. Like we have to make the corrections. Yeah, we will do the corrections. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
We have to
Okay,
do
ma'am.
it.
Another thing I want to ask and confirm, if question asks that find standard deviation only, so we'll focus on population. If
Huh,
question give us that he finds sample variance and sample standard deviation, if they use the word sample, then we have to find the sample.
correct. Anything else? That's it. Can I proceed further? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you can proceed.
Okay, so this was still quartile. Everybody understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have the interquartile range. What is interquartile range? Or you can say the IQR.
Q3 minus Q1.
It is Q3 minus Q1. And the last part is if you need to calculate the outliers. Okay. If you need to calculate the outliers, it will be what? First, you will calculate Q1 minus 1.5 IQR and you will calculate Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. So all the values which are less than this and greater than this will be my outliers. Fine. So this was all in week 4. Is week 4 clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, week 4 is fine. Okay, so this was all about week 4. Okay, so week 3. So week 3, just remember what do you mean by IQR? There can be questions from IQR, there can be questions from quartile, then you have to calculate the range. Okay, one more thing is the 5-number summary. Do you know what is 5-number summary?
Yes, ma'am.
What is
Minimum,
5-number summary?
minimum
Range
Q1,
uh,
Q2,
Q3,
Q3,
Q2,
and
Q1.
Yeah, so the first thing will be the minimum value. The second thing will be the that is the quartile 1. Okay, then it will be the median, or you can say quartile 2. Okay, and then quartile 3, then the maximum value. Okay, so these are my 5-number summary. Okay, so there can be a question in which like 5-number summary is given and you have to calculate the IQR or you have to calculate the range and everything. Okay, there can be a question like this. Remember this. Okay.
What's the thing with outliers? Can you explain that again?
What's the thing with outliers? Like, what do you want me to explain?
As it was also, if I, I'm not able to understand this formula, something like that only. It's less than Q1 minus 1 point IQR.
So I see Q1 is basically the quartile one, right?
Yep.
So if I subtract one, so this is just the formula to calculate the outliers. Okay, just remember this formula. So this Q, if you subtract 1.5
For
IQR
exam,
with
ma'am, outlier is not important.
in the exam, it's not important. Like, you won't be asked to calculate the outliers. I don't think
It
so.
is the basic formula, right, to find
Yeah,
outliers.
it's
So
but
what
they
with the
won't
sign of that, right? What with the sign?
sign.
Yes, greater than, less than signs.
So this is
These
what
signs.
Q1, right? This is Q1 and
Yes.
this is Q3, right? So the
Yes.
values, so like, do you remember the box plot? Like we calculate box plot, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that is what. So according to that blocks, so this is my Q1. So the values which are less than like somewhat here or some values, right? So that will be my outliers. Okay, so according to that blocks plot only, we have this formula. So the all the values which are less than this thing are basically my outlier, some outlier, and the values which are greater than this are also my outliers.
One more thing I want to ask that in the formula of the point biserial correlation coefficient.
Can I just complete this week? Like I'm going to go with the week 4 thing. So
Yeah.
with that
Yeah,
pace
no
only,
problem.
can you guys just ask the doubts? Like it is actually breaking my flow.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, that was all which is important in week 3. Okay, outlier, like we won't be asking you any questions from the outlier. Like you don't have to go with the formulas and all. You just should know what is the outlier. Okay, and everything is fine. Mean, median, percentile. You should know the formula, how to calculate the percentile, how to calculate the quartile, range, and everything. Okay. Okay. Now next come is the week 4. Someone saying something? Okay. Now, what is in week 4 that we have learned?
Association between two variables.
Correct. So it is all about the association between two variables. So the first thing is if my two variables are categorical. Okay. If my two variables are categorical, then the first thing that we do is we make a two-way contingency table. Right? After making the two-way contingency table, we calculate the relative frequency. Okay. Now, in this relative frequency that we are calculating, there are two types. First is the row relative frequency, and the second one is the column relative frequency. Okay. So what is a row relative frequency? It is the same thing, that the particular cell of that row divided by the row total. Okay. Now, similarly, what is column relative frequency? The particular cell divided by the column total. So that is what my relative frequency. In general, what is the form? What is my relative frequency? It is the frequency divided by the total observation. Correct. Now, now, what is the point that we have to remember is if so we have calculated the relative frequency. Then the second thing that comes up is now if my row relative frequency is same for all rows. Okay, it is same for all rows, or you can say if my column relative frequency is same for all columns. Okay. In this case, we say that there is no association. Okay, remember this. Now, the fourth point is if my row relative frequency is different for some rows. We are not talking about the all rows. We are talking about for some rows, or you can say the column relative frequency is different for some columns. Then we say there is an association. Till here it's fine?
Means if one of the rows or one of the column means one of the box of the row or column is different, then it would be association. There would be association.
Correct. So that is what. So if you have to study whether it's a no association, you have to check for all the rows. All the rows should be same, or all the columns should be same. If my one of the column is different or one of the row is different, then we say there is an association. Okay. Okay. Then the so we did this. Now, if I have to graphically represent my, if I have to graphically show the association between the two variables, how I can do that?
Stacked bar chart.
Stack bar chart, right? So we usually use the 100% stack bar chart. Okay, 100%, that means we are actually considering the part to whole relationship, right? So if you are making a graph, okay, so in this case, we are the bars, the height of the bars will be same because we are not considering the count, but we are just only capturing the segments, the difference in the segments. If there is a difference, then we say that there is an association or there is no association. So in this thing, if you see, there is no, sorry, there is an association. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, correct. Now,
If
if
they
I
look
make a,
same, then there is a association. What you
if
say,
they
ma'am?
look, once again. Now you tell me for this graph, if there is an association or
No
not.
association.
No association. Why?
No, they are similar.
Yeah, they look similar. In this graph, if you see, they are not similar. The segments are in different, percentages, right? So they have a different value. So that's why there is an association. In this, say, see if you see in this graph, like they are same, like kind of like same. The segments are divided into same parts. So that's why there is no association. There is no difference, or you can say there are no changes. So that's what there is no association. Is this thing clear?
Means stack bar chart means that
Ma'am, in the exam, if it seems to be ambiguity in the graphs.
Ambiguity in the graph in the sense?
I'm telling that one of the graph means one bar is looks similar as the other, but it is not.
How? So
No. Can it happen in exam means in
no,
ambiguity?
no, there won't be any ambiguity in the questions, right?
मैम आई एम सेइंग दैट 100% स्टैक बार चार्ट मींस दैट मतलब आप जब बार चार्ट को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड करें तो उन दोनों का सम 100 आना चाहिए ना।
नहीं 100% स्टैक बार चार्ट का मतलब होता है जो सिंपल हमारा स्टैक बार चार्ट होता है, उसमें क्या होता है, हमारा जो काउंट कंसिडर किया जाता है, तो उसमें देखेंगे जो हमारे बार का जो हाइट है ना, वो डिफरेंट आता है। करेक्ट। अब इसमें यहाँ पे चेक करोगे, हमारे जो दो बार्स हैं उन दोनों की हाइट सेम है। करेक्ट।
ओके ओके
हाँ, जब हमारा काउंट कंसिडर नहीं करते, तब हम 100% स्टैक बार चार्ट कहते हैं उसको। ठीक है।
ओके मैम।
मैम
यस,
मैं बोला इस स्लाइड पे जो RRF है पिछली स्लाइड पे,
RRF, हाँ,
और CRF ये क्या है?
रो रिलेटिव फ्रीक्वेंसी और कॉलम रिलेटिव फ्रीक्वेंसी।
ओके ओके मैम।
वो पूरा लिखा नहीं, तो मैंने शॉर्ट फॉर्म में लिखा है।
जी जी ओके।
Okay, can I continue now? Anything else?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, this was all about the categorical variable. Then the next thing that comes up is the numerical variable. When the two variables are numerical. Okay. When we have two numerical variable, the first thing is I have to show the association through a graph. So how will I show it?
By plotting scatter plot.
The scatter plot, correct. So scatter plot, what is scatter plot? It is basically what? It is just the representation of my 2 points, right? So can you just mute yourself?
Shivam, please mute yourself.
Who is it? Who is it?
Saini.
Right, please mute.
Shivam, yeah. Okay, so now if you see here in the scatter plot, we have two axes. The first axis, that is the x-axis, is basically what? The explanatory variable. And my y-axis is the response variable. Okay, now the scatter plot is basically what? We are just representing my two data points, right? So like this, we represent my data points. So this is what my scatter plot is. Now, my scatter plot, I have drawn it. So from the scatter plot, if I have to study the association, how will I study? The first thing that you will study is about the direction. Okay, if I have to study the direction, that means it can go in two directions. What is the first direction? It can go upward. Okay, and it can go downward. Okay, these are my two directions. Then the second thing is that you will see is the curvature. Curvature in the sense, if my diagram is kind of like this, okay, I'm just drawing it one points, right? So actually the graph will be, the scatter plot will be, if you're drawing for a, so it will kind of look like this. Okay, this will be the correct diagram of the scatter plot, the data that you are going to represent in the scatter plot. But for this time, I'm just drawing it one line. Okay, so and for this, so this is like, it is going upward, this is going downward, this is what? Linear. And we can have curvature as well. So if you see here, the direction is kind of looking like this. So there is a curve. But you just have to remember for the linear only. So we are just only considering on the linear graph. Okay. Then the second thing that you have to the third part that you have to consider is the variation. Okay. Variation in the sense, so if my graph one graph is like this, and the other graph is. So if you see here, this is like clustered graph, right?
Clustered.
Yeah, they are clustered. My all datas are like close to each other. And here we see there is a variability, correct? There is a variability. Okay, so that is what. Now the third thing that you have to remember is the outliers. Okay, outliers in the sense, if I have a data like this, and one of the point is going like here, one of the points, these are my outliers. So from here, so these are the four things that you have to consider: the direction, in which direction it is going, how is my curvature, if it's linear or curve, the variation, if my data points are like clustered, or if there is a variability, and the outliers. Okay, so these are the four things that you have to study. Like you will get to know the association, or you can say the nature of my two variables. Okay, how they are
Can I
acting.
ask a question?
Huh.
I'm telling that what is the use of direction, curvature, and variation? Means not from the graph. I have understood the graph, but what is the use of expressing those?
What is the use of expressing those? Okay.
For direction, I have understood that whether it is a negative or positive association, but for curvature and variation.
See, curvature, see, linear, what is linear? Linear means if my x is increasing, my y is also increasing, right? So they are going in the same direction, correct? But in curvature, what it is, curvature in the sense, if you see, if my, you can just see, if my x is if my x is increasing, my y is decreasing, correct? In this, if you see.
Okay. But it can
Correct.
also
So,
happen that x decreasing, y
we can
increasing.
have. So that is, I just told only one situation. These are my
Okay.
one situation. Linear in the sense I can have in the downward linear direction as well. So that is what the direction is upward. It is linear.
Yeah.
Okay. If they are clustered. So that is what we are going to study from one graph. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If it is
For
clustered, that means
variation.
my data. Variation in the sense if my data are clustered. Clustered in the sense my data points are very close to each other.
Yeah.
Right. So that is means my variation will be less. What is this? The variability will be very high. The data points will be far apart. That is what I'm
Okay.
studying about the data points, right?
Okay. Okay.
That is what. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now this is like I am just representing my association, or you can say I'm just studying about the two variables with the help of the graph. Now there will be some
Hello, ma'am.
numerical methods.
Ma'am, for variable graph, there is no association.
There is no association. There is no association. Okay, I'll just come to that part also. Okay, after I make you understand the correlation, then I will go with that part. Fine.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I have a question relating to those direction, variation, and curvature. May I ask it now? There was one question that 4 graphs were given, and in 4 graphs, one of them is linear and upside. One of them is downside linear. Another two is clustered. Among them, one is on downside and one is upside. Then they are told the find the strength according to their increasing order.
Yeah, I'll go with that question. That is what after that correlation part, I'll tell you that graph. That is what. Okay. Okay. What I was telling. So now it was all about the graph thing. So we studied about the graph. So graphically, we are studying about the two variables, right? How my y is acting with the help of x, like how my x. So how is my y acting with the like according to my x? So that is what. So my x is the explanatory and response variable. So we are just studying both of these random variables, right? So with the help of the graph, we studied it. Now through numerically, how will we do it? So there are first thing is we will calculate the covariance. Okay, what is covariance? It is actually telling me the strength of the linear association. So we are not talking about the curvature or something. So we are just talking about the linear association between the two variables, right? What is the strength between the associations between the two variables, right? So that is what my covariance is. And how do we calculate the covariance? It is summation of xi minus x bar.
X bar into yi minus y bar by n for
By n.
population value.
But yeah, so this is for population. If I have sample, it will be n minus 1. Okay. Yeah. So there were two things that you have to remember. If my covariance of x and y is positive, okay, if it's positive, then if my x increases, my y will also increase. If my x is decreasing, my y will also decrease. That means it will go in the same direction. Okay. Now, similarly, if my covariance is negative, okay, if we calculate it and we are getting negative covariance, then that means they will go in opposite direction. Okay, this will be in opposite direction. Fine. That is what my covariance is. So covariance is actually telling me the strength of the linear association. Now the thing is, if I'm calculating this covariance, I can have any value. I can have 250, I can have 2.5, minus 2.5. I don't have some range, or you can say from the values, I'm not able to say to evaluate how strong is my association is, right? So for that only we have the third method, which is known as the correlation. Okay.
Excuse
So
sorry to interrupt you, actually. In this, for example, covariance we have to find, right? So can there will be questions like a scatter plot is given and you have to take out the values from the scatter plot and then
No, no,
calculate the
no.
covariance?
No.
Okay. Ma'am, you
No.
just said that the graphical representation is scatter plot, and if you want to go by the formula or something like that, it should be covariance. So,
Which one?
is it correct?
The scatter plot, I was talking about the correlation, not covariance.
Okay, I must have misheard. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. Okay.
And basically, covariance take the association between two variables, huh, ma'am?
Sorry?
Covariance take the association between two variables, ना ma'am?
हाँ.
मतलब दो association दो variable के बीच में linear association दिखाता है ना
हाँ.
ma'am? Okay.
Okay. Now the next term is we have the correlation. Correlation also tells me the linear association between the two variables, right? But here the main thing is this, the R is being denoted as the correlation. This is basically covariance divided by the standard deviation of X into standard deviation of Y. But why we are calculating this correlation? Because this correlation thing is actually having a range. That means my value will be between -1 to 1. Okay. So if I have the values in range, then I can understand, or you can say, I can, study, like I can study that if my values are close to -1, I say it's strongly negative. Okay. And if my values are close to 1, I can say it's strongly positively correlated. Right. So because of the range, it is like correlation is mostly calculated to study the linear association between the two variables. Okay, because of the range only, because I can study, or I can interpret how strong is my relation is between the two of them. Okay.
So,
And
ma'am,
whenever
this
you
-1 and +1 are the maximum and minimum values.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, suppose if R equal to -1 or +1, is this indicate the association is
Perfect.
linear?
Yeah, they are perfectly associated with each other. The perfect correlation is there between them.
So for curvature association, the R can't be -1 or +1 equal to.
No, it can't be, right? See, we are not studying about the curve. We are only studying about the linear association. So just focus on the linear part. Don't go with the curve thing. Okay.
No,
Just go with the...
there is a practice assignment question. So there is a quadratic equation. So TA says that to calculate the whole thing, there is a curvature graph will be because of
Yeah, for the
quadratic
quadratic
equation.
thing, yeah, for the quadratic equation, it will be a curvature graph. Yes.
So there is a answer like the heavy calculation. So the answer was 0.98. So if the TA says that if it is a quadratic equation, the range will be -1 to 1, not equal to 1. So you can tick with that, not by any calculation. That's why.
But you won't be getting any questions from the quadratic functions or anything. You just stick with the linear thing. Okay.
And there is a question in practice assignment.
Yeah, that is fine. But in the exam point of view, I'm telling you, there won't be any questions on the quadratic thing and all. Only the linear thing. Okay. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the correlation. So correlation is telling me the relation between the two variables, right? Now there can be a question in which see, if I make a graph, so this correlation thing is also like it can be considered through a graph as well, right? So let's suppose if I have a graph like this, okay, and Okay. Now, if you see here, the direction is what? It is going linear. Okay. And it is also clustered. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. Now, if it's clustered, clustered means the data are close to each other. If the data are close to each other, that means the relation between the two values will be like close to 1. Yes or no? Can I say?
Yes.
Similarly, um, 1 second, just graph. Okay. Now, if you see in this graph, this is also going linear, right? But there is a variability, right? All my data points are basically like you can say not close to each other, like little far away. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So can I say that like
Moderate.
you can say yeah, moderate or something, right? Similarly, the same thing happens if I draw a graph. Like this. Okay. And one of the
So
graph is
clustered and variability is showing the strength.
ha.
Okay.
Okay. So now here also it is going downwards. It is clustered. That means it is close to
Minus.
-1. Okay. And this is like moderate. Okay.
Negative.
And if I make a graph like this, what is this?
Showing no
Null.
association.
No correlation. Okay. So
Yeah, R
now,
equal to 0.
yeah. So here my R is equals to 0. Okay, so there can be a question in which, so that is what the graph thing that one person was asking me. So this is what. So from the graph, you are actually studying the relation. So if my data is close to each other, it is going upward. That means the relation between them is close to 1. If it's like this will be like moderate. This is close to -1. And this is moderate. There is no relation. So this is how you
I have a
study the graph.
question that I have understood option A and option B. There will be option A will be more than option B. But why D will be more than sorry yeah, D will be more than C?
How I don't know the question, right?
No, this type of graph was given. This similar type means 4 graphs are given, and it was asked for the arrange in increasing order or according to their strength.
Yeah, so if you arrange them in the increasing order, so let's suppose these are my graph like A, B, C, D, and E. Correct. Now can you guys arrange them? Tell me according to this.
At last at the increasing order, the greatest one will be A, and if I tell from decreasing, then it will be A, B. Then it is confusing that whether C or D.
Yeah, so then it will
A
be
and C will be same.
How?
It is
How?
one
Their
is
direction is
negative.
different. Their direction is different. No.
You told about that strength. Strength mean it is negatively strength, very strength, the C part, and A is positively strong. So A and E will be same according to strength.
But it is positive also B. Option B is also positive.
see if you just go with the number line. First comes a -1, then 0 and 1, right? So that is what. So decrease in like it is going increasing, increasing, and increasing. Yes or no?
Yes, I am telling that only.
Yeah. So in that way, you have to go. So it will be the first thing is A, then B, then E, then D, then C. Got the point?
How
No.
E, D, and C came in order?
C, D, E, and B and A.
What?
I have
Because C
understood
is
A
negative.
and B that A will be more strength than B, but how C and D is arranged?
How C and D? This is -1, and this will be
Yeah.
moderate, right? So -1, it will be this value, and moderate in the sense it will be coming out in this value, right?
Okay, so in decreasing order, it will be A, B, D, and C for the 4 graphs.
A, B, C, and C.
Decreasing
Hello,
order
ma'am.
A, B, E,
A,
C.
decreasing.
I'm trying to say that for A and C, they have both strong association, right?
Why it is negative, right?
Yes,
Option
yes,
C.
yes.
How can it
If
be
you
strong?
so C is not a
Strong.
strong
When
association.
you are, let's say, when you are moving from minus infinity to infinity, so you are increasing, right?
C is also strong.
If you saying that if
Yeah,
you going with
for absolute value, it is strong, but when sign is given, it may not be strong, I think.
if your question is that you according to the value of correlation, then it will be the right that C is the least. But
I'm
if
asking
you
about the strength.
yes, strength is A and C both are very strength association has, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm understanding your point, but I think that since A has positive value and C has negative value, then C will be lesser than A. But for absolute value, both are the same. If for told for strength.
But both are strong relation.
Their direction is different, but the strength is same, ma'am.
Yes.
What I think.
Yes, but the answer is accepting the direction also. That's the
So
problem.
then it will be same. You don't tell about direction first.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Like, which is negatively affecting, like the suppose I take an example, like crude price is directly impacting the geopolitical, socio-economical businesses that is happening. So that is positively correlated. But due to that, if I say, let's take an example, FIFA match. If I'm watching a FIFA match, does it have effect on the my crude oil price? No, it is negatively related. So that way you can take it. So they are not at all related. The strength is, don't take it like -1 or -0.8 like that. So it is not related.
But the portal is accepting the direction and the strength both. There is the confusion is arising.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Can you explain it properly?
See,
Ma'am,
one thing is, here what I asked is you just have to arrange them in the one second, can I complete?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So one thing that I asked here is you have to arrange them on the basis of the the correlation. So these are my correlation, right? It is showing me the correlation values. So this is close to 1, this is moderate, this is -1 and moderate, right? Now you have to arrange these all on the basis of the correlation values. Okay. In ascending order. I'm just talking about that thing. So if I'm talking about this and don't look into this one. Okay. So now if you just go with the number line, so -1, then 1, right? So if I have to go with the ascending order, how will I go? I'm just talking about the correlation values. Only the correlation values. So if I'm going with the according to that correlation value, this is 1, this will come first, then this one, and this one. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, I'm just talking
I
about the
also thought that.
correlation. That is what I'm just talking about, the correlation value. I'm not talking about the strength. If I'm particularly telling you in the question that you have to arrange them according to the correlation values, then you have to go with this thing that I have told you.
Yes, that is not the problem.
But I guess if we are talking about the strength part, then you have to consider. So let's suppose this close to 1 and close to -1, they are the strongest one, right?
Yes.
Then it will be, I
Hello,
guess it
ma'am.
should
The
be,
R square is the denotes the strength. So for A and C, both will be the same value.
what? Sorry?
The R square.
R square.
Point
It
by
denotes the
serial.
strength. It denotes the strength part.
Yes.
What? R square?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, capital R square.
What is capital R square?
No,
The
ma'am. Capital R that is equal
small
to
R square.
R square, small r square.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
you
yeah.
what do you mean by capital R square?
Something was
Goodness of
there.
fit, ma'am. Fit,
Hmm?
fit of the line.
It
Goodness
means
of
fit
line.
line.
Yeah, it is telling me the fit of the line. It is not telling me how the correlation is between them. Okay, that's a two. The both are two different things. Okay.
Ma'am, is there any fixed value for R and R square?
Ma'am, so for E, if we consider E, then how will be the order? E will
Then
be
you
at
can,
last, right?
yeah. So zero will be brought in between them, right?
Okay.
Ma'am,
So
for strength purpose, E will be the least, I think.
Then E will be the least, correct. If we are talking about the strength, then you have to go according to the strength wise. Here
so
I'm
for
just talking about I'm just talking about the correlation values, and you have to, if you have the correlation value, you just have to arrange them in ascending or descending order. That's it. If you have that type of question, just go with the values and then arrange them in that order. Okay?
okay.
That is the thing.
So,
Simple.
ma'am, the values of capital R, what does it denotes?
Yeah, I have to go with that. The first thing, correlation is fine.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
code
Yes,
still
ma'am.
here? Everything is fine. Okay.
Ma'am,
Then we
Yes,
will
ma'am.
does
move on to
R
the
and R
next.
square
It
have any
denotes
fixed
the
value?
it
Okay.
denotes the
Now comes the
absolute
topic,
value
which
strength.
is known as the R square. Okay. What is R square? R square is basically the best fit of line. Okay. What is best of fit of line? We are talking about the linear association, right? If we are talking about the linear association, that means I can represent my linear association with the help of an equation of a line. Yes or no? Okay. And what
Yes.
is my equation of line, which is y is equals to mx plus c, correct? Yeah. It is
Yes,
y
ma'am.
is equals to mx plus c.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I am making a graph, if I have a data, let's suppose like this, okay, and I have to fit a line, okay, which is actually which will be best fit for this data. Okay, so what I'm doing it? I am just denoting this association, the whole association with the help of a line. Okay, so now what I will be doing, I will just fit a line here. Okay, now this line, I have to see whether it's fitting it correctly or not. Then I calculate the R square. Okay, so after calculating R square, if it is between, so my range of R square is between 0 to 1. Okay, so if it is close to 1, I say it is the best fit of line. If it is close to 0, I say it's not a best fit of line. Getting the point? That is what my R square is.
Ma'am,
Got
close
it?
to ones mean after 0.5.
0.5 you can say.
Okay.
0.5, 0.678. Okay, so that is what my R square. So just
So it
remember,
is indicates a strong association, right? If it
ha,
is
strong, not strong association. We are just talking about the line. Strength, or you can say the line. I'm just talking about the line. I'm not talking about the association. We are representing this whole data with the help of a line. So how is that line fitting correctly with the data? That is what we are studying. We are not studying about the association. We are studying about the best fit line. We are talking about the equation of a line. We are representing my association with the help of an equation because we are studying about the linear association, right? So if we are talking about the linear association, we can represent it through the equation of a line as well. Okay, so this is what that association is. Okay, so this thing is, if it is close to 1, that means it is correctly representing my whole data, or you can say it is correctly fitting my data. Okay, so that is still, you don't go too deep into this. Okay, it is just this topic is basically for the ML thing and all. Okay, you just have to remember what is the R square. Okay, you
so,
just
ma'am,
remember
that
this equation of a line. Okay, in this, what is my y? The same thing, the response variable, m is the slope, x is my explanatory variable, and c is my intercept. Okay,
Ma'am, will it be asked for finding the equation of line?
finding the equation of a line, it can be asked, like question will be like, you will be given the slope, you will be given the intercept, something kind of like that, and you just have to give an equation. That's it. Like
Okay.
y is equals to the value of the slope, x, plus the value of the intercept, kind of like this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this was all about the R square. Then the last part that comes is the point biserial. What do you mean by point biserial? Point biserial, why, when do we calculate this?
Association में
When we
categorical
have a
and
numerical and
Association
categorical
between a
variable.
Yeah, when
numerical
we
and
have a
dichotomous
numerical,
categorical variable.
yeah, when we have a numerical and a categorical type of data. Okay, so what is the formula of this? The formula is RPB, which is equal to mod of x bar naught minus x bar 1 divided by standard
by
deviation of x into under root of
X
p naught into p
P
bar.
naught P1.
Okay, so this here, if you see here, this x bar naught, what is x bar naught? It is basically, we are just denoting, this 0 is basically denoting one type of group. So if you remember that my x, let's suppose my x is a, you can say the categorical variable. Okay, x, sorry, or not x or y, anyone. Like I have one categorical variable. Okay, that categorical, let's suppose I have female, I have male, I have female, male, and all. So this female is actually one group and my male is the other group, right? So I'm just denoting my female with 0 and my male with 1. So this 0 and 1 is not actually the value, it is actually representing one type of group. Getting the point? X bar
Yes,
1
ma'am.
is basically the other type. Okay, so we are, what do you mean by x bar naught? X bar naught, we are actually calculating mean of that group, and x bar 1 is we are calculating the mean of the other group. That is what. Okay, then Sx is the standard deviation, then P naught is the proportion of people who are female. P1 is, it is also the proportion of the other type. Okay, same, that's it. We are just denoting 0 and 1 for the type, or you can say like we have different types, two types of categorical variables are there, na? Female, male, or you can say pass and fail and all like that. Okay,
So could you take one example?
take one example of what?
Uh, Take one example and solve it for biserial. It will be easy.
It will be easy. Have you gone through the open session of week 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there I did the question. Do you
Yes,
remember?
yes.
I am not
Yeah.
gone through that session. Ma'am, hello ma'am.
Yes.
I am not gone through that session. So may you show an example because ma'am, in calculating point by series, I always get mistake. That how to calculate. Ma'am, 1 minute.
Ma'am,
Suppose
in
the same
numerator is
you
a
were.
modulus.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, numerator is the modulus.
Where you were when written the formula of point by series.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's not minus. Ma'am, I am always confused that how to calculate P0 and P1 root. That
So
I know
that
that
is what I told you, na? You can just equate 0 and 1 in for any group. Okay, that's why I put this mod here. So if my x bar 1 is coming out to be larger than the x bar naught, then also if I subtract it, I will get a positive value, not a negative value. Okay.
ma'am, so can you please explain this example which you opened currently?
Yeah, so I have, see this, I have a student, I have scores, and I have a group. Right? Group in the sense the scores is like 8, 6, 7, 4, 4. These are numerical values. And group in the sense if they have passed the exam or they have failed the exam. Okay, so this is my categorical, this is my numerical. Now what I'm representing is, so I have x bar naught and x bar 1. So I'm representing 0 as the failed people and 1 as the pass people. Okay, now the second thing that what I will do is I'll calculate x bar naught, that is the every student who have failed. X bar 1, every student who have passed the exam. Sx is the standard deviation. P naught is basically what? Proportion of students who failed the exam. Okay, that means out of 5, 2 people have failed the exam. So it will be 2 by 5. Okay, similarly, P1 is the proportion of students who passed the exam. So it will be 3 by 5. Just put all the values here and calculate it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Mr.
Yes.
Sorry, I was not there to understand this topic. I know the topic and I've learned it, but the way I have a doubt in that as x4 minus x1 we did it, and as you put it is in mod, and it will be positive always.
Your
In
voice is
correlation, we know that correlation can be
Hello.
minus and plus.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
your voice is breaking. Yeah.
Not clear?
Your voice is breaking.
Hello. Now it's
Hello.
clear. Hello. Now it's clear.
Yeah, it's fine, but then also, okay, you just speak. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
That correlation can be minus and can be positive as well. But here, as you told us, it is more. It will be positive always. So it contradicts the statement that correlation is negative. Correlation can be negative and can be positive. As we are finding only the correlation also here. But as you told us that it is in mod. And mod gives us the positive value. But as general correlation, we call it as it can be both negative and positive. And in other books and journals also it is, and on the internet as well as it is given that x0 minus x1 upon sx whole, it is in whole bracket, not in mod. So which one is
Ma'am,
correct
what
and
is the
accurate?
range of point by serial formula?
Hello?
Yeah, 1 second. Mod is not there.
Yes, ma'am, that's
No,
very
I think
confusing.
the
Excuse me, ma'am.
in this course mod is given.
Sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello. The reason I think there shouldn't be a mod because as correlation defines that how much closer, like it, over here, that how close the two variable is. If it is negative, if it is x0 minus x1 and it is negative, so it generally means that variable which has 1 is better performing than 0. So there should be no mod like that.
And there's other thing that it is about it is about the correlation coefficient. And
I
correlation is
think,
all about
ma'am, in the slides also there is no mode, I think.
yeah.
1 second. Let me just check. Just give me a moment.
Mod was not given.
In the book, they have mentioned mod. You can refer the book for formula.
Hello. In the supplementary content you are talking about.
Yes, the PDF book for data science.
But in the lecture it was mod was not given, I think, but it may have. I have to check.
There might be a typo error, so let's consider the book in that case.
See, why we are considering the mod is if you are calculating, let's suppose if I just take this as my x bar naught and I take this as x bar 1, then if I subtract it, I'll get a negative value. So for this one data, okay, I'll be getting two answers, in negative and in positive as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to avoid that thing, we have this mod thing so that whatever you take it, you will get only one value. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that is why we are just taking the mod.
Hello,
Absolute value is taken.
So we never know what people are like. You can take anything, right? You can take this as 1, you can take this as 0, and the other people can take this as 0 and this can take be 1. So for both of the cases, I will have one positive value, I can have a negative value. So to avoid that, that's why we are using this mod thing. Okay.
One
Hello,
one
ma'am.
question I have
Yeah, just
one question.
solve with the mod thing only. Okay. Yeah.
One
Ma'am,
more
you
that I
told
have.
that during the starting of the session, you will give us some questions to
Yeah,
practice like that.
I'll give you. So there are four, 5 questions are there. So this is the theory part. So is the theory part clear to everyone? Everything is fine?
No, I
Let's
have
be
a
moving
doubt,
into the
just one doubt.
Fine.
yes.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Can we move to the question that you were showing the previous slide?
Week 4, right? Yeah.
In this that by finding the mean of the x naught, we have taken the values of that we have gotten in score x, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And for the x1, we have taken the score x, and then we have take out the mean of the x things only. The
Because
scores
the
that we have given.
average can be calculated for the numerical variable, right? Not for
Yeah,
the categorical.
categorical.
Hmm. Okay.
And we will always consider mode in this.
Just consider mod.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's move to questions.
Okay, let's move on to the questions. The
Ma'am,
question was
I
simple.
have a
It's not.
doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for the clustered one, are the strongest association for the graph that you explained?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yep.
Ma'am, can you explain the box plot, like how the questions will be there last?
No, there will be no questions on the blocks plot.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what okay, so this is the first question. So the question is the number of awards given to University Drama Club each year for outstanding performance is represented in the following stem and leaf plot. Okay, so we have the stem and leaf plot. Now, what is the mean number of awards given to the drama club if each observation is multiplied by 2 after adding 3 to it?
So first we have to take the mean of this, the old value, and then we have to multiply it by 2, and then we have to add it to 3. Is it?
First add, then
First, we have to
multiply.
add, then multiply.
Correct. Always read the question carefully. The question is just saying that we have to multiply
Okay.
it by 2 after adding 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I have to reverse.
Yeah, correct. So you can also do that. Like first you calculate the mean and then just go with it. So what is the mean that is coming?
Ma'am, may you give some extra time for calculation because calculation is so long.
Yeah. I'm just giving you a minute. Just solve it and tell me the answer.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in Google Sheets. Will the question from Google Sheets come in the exam?
No.
Or something related to Google Sheets or
No.
Ma'am, the new mean is 76.
New mean is 76. Okay.
Yes. Should I tell the
What?
original one too?
What is the original one?
Original one is 35.
35.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Mine answer
Ma'am,
is
is it
also the same.
76?
New mean is 76 and the older one is 35.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody told me 26. Somebody said that? Anybody else still solving the question?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in case of median, we have to find the original median, right? Or we have to change it?
No, the
As
original one only.
okay, so it is 36.
Okay.
Solving.
Ma'am, for median, we'll be considering the same order that is given in the question.
The what?
For calculating median, we will be considering the same order that is given in the stem leaf or the
Yeah,
mean
stem
that
and
we
leaf.
have changed.
Stem and leaf. This thing is only for the mean thing only.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it 36?
36. Okay. Anybody else still solving the question?
Ma'am, 19.7 is coming. 90.7 mean is coming in my answer.
90.7.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm 37, I guess.
37. Okay.
Ma'am, 36, ma'am.
Median is 36.
36.
Okay, let's just go with your let's see what else.
Medium is 36 and mean is 76 and original mean is equal to 35.
Okay.
Original mean is 35 and first answer is 76 and second answer is 36. This is my answer.
Okay.
Is coming 90.7. I have multiplied his data by 2 and added 3, then divided by 10. Hello?
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Ma'am, may I upload my
Many
question in the chat?
different answers
May I,
you guys are getting. Why?
ma'am, may I upload my solution in the chat box so you can see?
No, I'll just go with the solution part. Don't worry about it. Okay, so anybody else still solving the question or should I solve it?
Ma'am, I have a doubt. We want to multiply 2 and add 3 for each observation, or we want to find mean and then multiply 2 and add 3, ma'am.
Whichever is easy for you, you can go with it.
Okay, ma'am.
Is anybody still solving the question? Can I go with the solution thing now?
Ma'am, go with the solution.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead, please.
Go ahead. Okay. Okay, now, so mean is basically, see, the one thing that you can do is, so what is my data? My data is like 20, 23, 26, 32, 34, 38, 40, 42, 43, and 52, correct? Now, if you see here, that they are saying that if each observation is multiplied by 2 after adding 3. So one thing that you can do is, you can add 3 and then multiply it by 2 each observation, right? You can do one method, then you can calculate the mean. The second method you can do is just calculate the mean. Okay, that is my old mean. So old mean would be what? Just adding all the observation divided by the number of observation. Okay, so that means if I just sum it over, it will be 350 divided by 10, which is 35. So this is what my old mean is, or the actual mean is. Now what will my new mean will be? New mean will be 35 plus 3 multiplied by 2. So this will be actually 76. So this is what my new mean is.
76,
Okay?
yes, ma'am.
The second thing is the median. So how many observation do I have? I have even
Ma'am,
number
10.
of observation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if I have even number, I will take the average of n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1, right? So
N
that
plus
means
1.
I will take the average of fifth and the sixth value, correct? What is my fifth and sixth value?
Ma'am,
34
34, 38.
and 38, correct?
Yes,
Divided
ma'am.
by 2.
Yes,
So if
ma'am.
I calculate this,
Divided
I'm
by 2.
getting
It's to
36.
36. 36.
Okay. Is the question clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next let's go to the next question. A study was conducted to investigate the association between smoking habits and lung disease within a population. The collected data is represent what proportion of smokers do not have lung disease.
It would be 20 divided by 200.
Give me the answers.
I think 60, ma'am.
Sorry?
60.
Who do
50.
not have lung disease.
No, 60, ma'am.
60.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Ma'am,
The
it would be
question
60.
is, what proportion of smokers do not have lung disease? You can see the questions, right?
Okay, smoker not having lung.
Ma'am, it would be 60.
Solve the table and then
60,
answer.
ma'am. 60. Long disease
Yes.
is equal to the 100, or not disease is equal to 40. So 100 minus 40 is equal to 60.
If the proportion is asked, then it should be 0.6, right, ma'am?
You tell me what will be the correct answer.
I think it is
0.6.
0.6.
0.6.
0.6. 0.6.
Yes, ma'am, it is asking proportion that then the answer would be 0.6, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, 0.6.
Any other answers? Anybody still doing the question?
Ma'am,
Yes.
I'm getting confusion. I have to calculate row relative frequency or column relative.
You have to calculate the proportion. What you will be calculating? See, what is the question they are asking? Proportion of smokers do not have a lung disease. So first of all, what you will be looking, you will be looking into this row, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That means small proportion. What will be the proportion? That means you are looking for X by Z. Yes or no? That is what we are looking for, correct? Now, what is my X? X is do not have a lung disease, correct? And this is what the total smokers, correct? Now, so what is my Z? Z is basically what? 300 minus 200, which is 100. And what is my X? X is basically 100 minus 40, which is 60. So my proportion will be 60 by 100, which is 0.6. Fine?
Yes.
Question is clear? Okay, just read the words carefully. What proportion of smokers do not have a lung disease? So in that smoker, what is the proportion of the people who do not have a lung disease? Okay. Now, next question. A sports car company conducted a survey to identify the willingness of different age. Okay. Choose the correct option. Tell me the options.
I have a general thing to ask. On which week we have to focus more?
On which week? See, one is basically the theory part, right?
Yes,
And
and
3 and
second
4
mostly
is,
around the third part.
yeah. So if you just see with the formula wise and everything, 3 and 4 is having more formulas and more conceptual, right?
But as
Yes or no?
most of the things in the previous question, or previous year papers, or I've seen that in that one also the statements questions are most prominent. That they're asking the true false statements, the correct ones, the wrong ones, and to the one question there are two or three answers, the statement kinds of like questions.
Hmm.
And they were
Of which week?
mostly of like week 1 to mix up, and then there is
Yeah,
some
see,
part of week
it's a
3 and
40
week 4.
marks of question, right? So we are just we have divided the marks like equally. So like 10 marks for week from week 1, 10 marks from week 2 and on. So you will be getting like somewhat around like that only.
Will we get 20 questions around? Something 20
Not
only.
20, it's not possible. Like say 17, 16th question, 17 question, something kind of like that.
As in the previous questions in mock in previous as well as they were like somewhat around 15, 16, 17, 18, like this number questions only.
Only this much of questions you will be getting, not more than that. It's 17 questions.
Okay.
Okay. So mainly you can just focus on his week 2, 3, and 4. Like they are the solving ones, no? And week 1 is all about the theory part. Okay, so have you guys solved this question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. B and D are correct options.
Solving question.
B and D.
No,
Okay.
sorry, A and D.
Ma'am, A and D.
A and D, A and D. Yeah.
Okay, so like if you see here, so the first thing is more than 65% of the individuals are willing to buy the new model of sports car. So like how will I calculate this? It will be like so let's suppose if I calculate the total here, the total, this is 180, this is 80,
Also coming option number
this
8.
is 60, this is 90, and this is 110. So more than 65% of the individuals are willing to buy the new model of the sports car, right? So if you see here, in total, I have 180 people who are willing to buy, right? So if I have to calculate the percentage, this is how I'll calculate. So this is coming out to be 69.23%, right? So this is actually greater than 65%. So option A is correct. Then approximately 35% in the age group of 19 to 30 years are not willing to buy the new model. So if I calculate the percentage of that also, so it will be what? 36 divided by 90, which is 0.4, that 40%. So it is basically not approximately 35%. So this option is wrong. Then if I have to calculate the association, so what you can do is you can just go with the row relative frequency or the column relative frequency. If you go it, you will get that there is an association between the age group and willingness to buy the car. So option A and option D are the correct option. Okay, so do I have to solve this association part also? No, right? Do I have to?
No, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Can you please explain how there is an association?
See, if I calculate, so I'm just calculating the this column. Let's suppose I'm just calculating the row relative frequency, right? So so this will be what? 40 divided by 60, right? So 40 divided by 60, which is coming out to be 66.6% something. Then the other person is coming out to be 33% something. Then this is coming out to be 60%. This is coming out to be 40%. This is coming out to be 78%. This is coming out to be 21%. Okay. And the total one is like 69.25%. And this is 30.77%. Okay. This is what my calculation is. Okay. This is like willing to buy and not willing to buy. Okay. Now, if you see for each of the rows, so this is my distribution, that is 69.25 to 30.77, right? So if you check in each of the rows, this is 75% and 21%, 60%, 40%, 66, 33. So everything is uneven. They are not saying they are not going with a similar trend. So that's why there is an association.
Okay.
Got the point? Okay.
Hello, ma'am. I want to ask one question.
Hmm.
May you please use the slide? Ma'am, I have calculated the option A by option
Sorry?
A. Ma'am, I have calculated option A by.
Your voice is
by
very
finding.
low.
मैम मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, हेलो,
Hmm.
आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ.
मैम मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि मैंने ऑप्शन ए जैसे कि सबका सारे कैटेगरी को जो यस वाले हैं
অতক্ষণের জন্য বাইরে না রাখতে
जो
Can you
यस
just
वाले हैं
টিউশন পড়িয়ে সবটা ঘরে নিয়ে আসতে
can you
मैम
mute your
ওখানে গালি শিখছে
I'm not able to hear.
আমি তো বলতাম
सम वाले डिस्टर्बिंग
বলতাম কি আমাকে বলেছে আমি জানি বুঝে गए
मैम मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, मैं फर्स्ट ऑप्शन को इस तरह कैलकुलेट किया कि सबका परसेंटेज निकाल के, तो सारे यस वाले में जितने कैटेगरी सबका परसेंटेज टोटल 180 है, तो उसमें परसेंटेज निकाल के फिर मैंने उसको ऐड किया, तो क्या वो भी सही था ना मैम? क्योंकि मेरा उससे ऑप्शन नहीं निकल गया था।
180 what?
मैम टोटल 180 आ रहा था,
हाँ.
तो 180 निकालने के लिए मैंने मैम सबका परसेंटेज निकाला यस वाले कैटेगरी में, विलिंग टू बाई वाले में, यस देन 80, 19, 30, मोर देन 30, सबको ऐड करने पे जब टोटल परसेंटेज किया तो वो 65 से बड़ा आ रहा था, तो इसलिए मैं इस तरह ए ऑप्शन निकाला था। तो
हाँ,
क्या
वो
मैम
भी
ये भी
ठीक है.
तरीका से वो भी तरीका सही है ना मैम?
हाँ हाँ, ठीक है, ठीक है.
লেট হয়ে যাবে 8টা বেজে গেছে অলরেডি
কোথায়?
Okay, then next question. Who is it? Can you just mute yourself?
मैम
Whoever it
दस्तार
is.
तन्मय।
Okay. Can we move on to the fourth question? Just solve it and let me know.
Ma'am, I think one of them is D and B.
D and B.
Yeah.
Option number B and D.
B and D. Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
B and D, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I think
Also
C and D.
confusion in this question.
I think C and D option.
Okay.
Ma'am, C and D, not B.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. C and D.
Good. Yeah. So, okay, it's already 8. Okay. So the thing is, we have 3 random variables, X, Y, Z. Okay. And the correlation is R of XY is equals to 0 and R of YZ is equals to 0, right? So that means R of XY is equals to 0. That means they are uncorrelated and YZ are also uncorrelated. That is, there is no correlation, right?
Yes,
So now
ma'am.
let's see the option. X and Y are independent. Can we say the X and Y are independent? See, just remember this. If my correlation is 0, that means it is uncorrelated, correct?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
that doesn't mean that they are independent. Remember this. We can have a case in which they are uncorrelated and they are also dependent. Okay. So vice versa can be true. Like if it is independent, we can say they are uncorrelated. But if they are uncorrelated, we can't say they are independent. Always remember this thing. Okay. The vice case is true, like vice versa. The opposite thing is true. If they are independent, they are uncorrelated. But if they're uncorrelated, we can never say they are independent. So this option is wrong. Then X and Z are uncorrelated. If you see here, we have the relation between X and Y and Z. It is not said anything about X and Z. So we can't say whether they are uncorrelated or correlated. So this option is also wrong. Now, the correlation between X and Z may still be non-zero. We can have. See, it is not mentioned, so we can have. So it is saying may still. It can be non-zero. So this option is true. Then zero correlation between two variable only means no linear relationship between them. And this is also true. So option C and D are the correct option. Is the question clear?
Can you repeat, ma'am?
The whole question?
Ma'am, can you repeat C part?
C part is basically C. They are asking about the correlation between X and Z, right? So that means if you see here, only XY and YZ is given. There is no R of XZ, correct? So this value can be 0. It cannot be 0, right? It can be anything. So that's why they have said may still be non-zero. We are not saying that it is non-zero. We are saying may. It can be. So that's why this option is correct. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, the thing that you said about the X and Y are independent, and I mean, you also said about the correlation related to that if two values are independent. So what was that?
I'm saying that. So if you see here my X and Z, so first of all, X and Y, right? You're talking about this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see here my X and Y is equals to 0, correct? So now if you see that means my correlation is 0. If they are 0, that means they are uncorrelated to each other. There is no relation between them. But that does not mean that that means they are independent. Okay. It is never the case. Okay. So if my correlation is 0, I can never talk about their independency. They can be dependent as well. We can have an example like that. Okay. But the opposite thing is true. If I say that both my क्या बोलते हैं, the random variables are independent, then I can always say that they are uncorrelated. Okay. That's it. Just remember this thing.
Ma'am, but what if we have to prove that X and Y are independent? So what should be the condition for this? Like for
There is
independency,
no
we are
condition.
checking.
See, 1 second. There is no condition as such. There is like it is a general thing that if I'm saying that the correlation between them is 0, it does not always mean that my X and Y are independent. It's a condition. It's a general thing, general line. Okay. It is like it is not always independent. It can be independent, it can be dependent as well. So we cannot predict whether two variables are independent and dependent independent according to the uncorrelation, or you can say the correlation. The independent, if they are independent, then only we can say that they are uncorrelated, then we can say the correlation is 0. Okay.
Got this, ma'am.
Huh? Okay.
Got it, ma'am. Got it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move on to the last question. Let X and Y represent the total marks of Mayur and Deepak in 5 subjects. If the marks scored by Deepak is twice the marks scored by Mayur in each subject, then which of the following statement is true?
Option C could be the correct answer.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What
C.
about C, right? Because it's just the linear association, right? So if it's a linear association, my correlation will be what? Strong positive correlation. That's it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that was it. That was the last question. Yeah. So is week 3 and week 4 clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I have
Yes.
some query in the IQR and median, that one, the Q1, Q3 quartile. Yes.
What is your query? What is it?
He said
Second,
quartile.
yeah, wait a second. Let me just bring up the notes which I have.
Excuse me,
Okay.
ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, what is the timing for the exam as it is not mentioned in the hall ticket?
It will be like for the term student, it will be like from in the afternoon, like from 2 to
Can
3,
I
I guess.
share the picture of the screenshot in here?
Yeah, you can.
Ma'am, after
Okay.
this, I sent the picture in the chat. Can you please help me with that question?
Sure. Mock 1. The mock question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, see, on Friday we have a mock discussion. So in that you can clear your doubts, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what will be the level of qualifier exam? Because if you talk about the graded assignment, they are comparatively difficult than the non-graded one.
Hmm.
So, ma'am, what will be the level of qualifier exam? Will it difficult or not that
It
difficult?
won't be that difficult. See, have you gone through the previous year questions?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Yeah, just go through the previous year questions. You will, and are you doing the mock question?
Ma'am, I'm still practicing with the questions which are given on the dashboard.
On the dashboard? Which one?
Ma'am, the student dashboard column.
Which
Ma'am,
activity
which
or the grade?
are divided week-wise.
Activity questions.
Yes, ma'am, the activity
I'm
map.
unable to share the document here.
Just try it once again.
Yes, just a second.
Yeah, if you're going with the activity question, that is fine, but just go with the previous year question so that you will get to know what type of questions you have been asked. Okay.
So, ma'am, basically the pattern is more or less the same.
And also go with the mock thing. So you will get
Okay,
a better idea.
sure, sure.
Yes, I have shared.
You have shared.
So basically in this, here you have 18, 24, 37, 56, 62, 120. Correct.
Yes.
So Q1 you are doing 6 into 0.25 and
Correct.
Q3 6 into 0.75.
Ah.
That is coming around 1.5 and 4.5.
Okay.
So ideally, since it's not an integer, so should we do here like 18 plus 24 then average, or should we take the
It's not an
closest?
it's not an integer, right? So you will be taking the next highest value, right?
So when we take the average, like I'm getting confused there.
We take the average when we have the integer value.
Okay, so suppose we got Q1 as 2, and then that case we will do 18 plus 24.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. And also, if we find out like Q3 here is 62, so that is the boundary condition, not like 62 is not the outlier.
No. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Shall we end the session now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then. Yeah. Thank you everyone.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Prepare well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
the best
ma'am.
for the exam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Concept. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.